Coolish. So let's see, 0001, you're here with us?
Yep.
Okay, cool. And if everybody go inside the game, that would be great. In Roll20.
Just trying to launch it now.
Coolish. Okay, I see. And if you guys can, if it's okay, change the nickname inside the game. That will the display name.
I don't know why it's still showing up as what it is. Give me a second. I changed my profile name, but it didn't change my name inside the game.
I think you need to change your display name. If you go to settings, on the right-hand side, the cogwheel, and then it's the very first thing that you see, and then just click Save Name.
Ah, okay. Yay, it fixed.
You know it's bad when I'm giving tech advice.
Well, I changed my Discord profile name strictly so that my name wouldn't be attached to anything.
Fair play.
But it didn't work, so I was concerned.
Hey everybody! All right. So this is
I want to remember you guys too that
Warhammer,
we're gonna have
40k
some
roleplay
sound effects
using
with the macros. So
the Deathwatch
maybe check up your volume
rule
so you don't
set,
get surprised.
and we're gonna start
when
playing.
comes
This is
something
first
like
time I've
loud
ever
on-
played it. I'm Rigaroga, by the way, and you're you.
Yeah, I almost jumped
and
on
this
my
is
skin when you
roleplay.
did that the first time.
Role-playing.
Yeah,
or
I think
will
I
be.
get everybody with that.
And so we're gonna try it out and set it up. This is a game that we're just starting, and the plan is to play it every fortnight, so every second Sunday. And we got everybody in chat, and we're gonna go ahead and start up
I'm just the skeletal remnants of
and
myself
figure out how to play. So I'm gonna switch over, and then
As soon
thanks
as
for watching and being here.
Rigaroga say we're good to go, we go.
All right, we're in.
We're ready then. Let's start then. So welcome everybody then.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, good to be here.
Yes. So I'm thinking we're gonna go into the introduction, and then after that we're gonna have a little bit talking about the characters that you guys are gonna play, and then we start the game. I hope it sounds good for you guys.
Yep.
Perfect.
Sounds like plan.
Okay. Can I take it away then? No.
It is the 41st millennium. For more than 100 centuries, the Emperor has sat immobile on the golden throne of Earth. He is the master of mankind by the will of the gods, a master of a million worlds by the might of his inexhaustible armies. He is the guardian's lord of the vast imperium of mankind. Yet, even in his deathless state, the Emperor continues his eternal vigilance. As mighty battle fleets cross the demon-infested miasma of the world, the only the route between distant stars, and vast armies give battle in his name on uncounted worlds. Greatest among his soldiers are the Adeptus Astartes, the Space Marines, by your engineer super warriors. Their comrades in arms are Legion, Imperial Guard, the ever-vigilant Inquisition, and the Decrease of the Adeptus Mechanicus Memoria Fury. For all their indigents, they are barely enough to ward off the ever-present threat to humanity from aliens, heretics, mutants, and far, far worse. To be a man in such times is to be one amongst untold billions. It is to live in the cruelest and most bloody regime imaginable. These are the tales of those times. Forget the power of technology and science, for so much has been forgotten, never to be relearned. Forget the promise of progress and understanding, for in the grim dark future there is only war. There is no peace among the stars, only an eternity of carnage and slaughter, and the laughters of thirsty gods.
So yeah, welcome to Warhammer. Really distant kind of setting. And we're gonna start. The game we're gonna do is Deathwatch. And I want everybody to present a little bit the character. So we're gonna start with Jaron. Jaron, can you go first?
Oh, perfect. Okay, so tell you a little bit about me. So my name is Jaron, and because I'm a space wolf, I have to have the most stereotypical name of Wolf's Blood. So my demeanor, a little bit about kind of the background of the character and the way that I see him. Essentially, I have a lot of space wolves go on missions to try to find the Primarch Lehman Russ. That's essentially my big dad. And I have gone out to try to find him with multiple of the people in my squad. And ultimately, everyone in my squad died. So I am the last person left alive in my squad. And I'm kind of torn between two things. On the one hand, I want to find Lehman Russ to bring him back to save mankind. But on the other hand, I want to die so that I can be with the rest of my squad and finally, go to Space Wolf Heaven. So demeanor-wise, my character likes to think that he's a leader, but also kind of at his core is also looking for a good place to die. So I like to think that he's a little bit self-sacrificing as well. And lastly, he's just a tactical marine. So he doesn't really specialize in anything, but he can kind of try his hand at whatever needs to be. And he's got quite a high fellowship score, so I see him as quite good at speaking to people and engaging with them.
Okay, great. What about you, Guthrum?
Well, my name's Guthrum. I'm a member of the Black Templars chapter, child of Sigmund. Guthrum tends to view things in a black and white sort of aspect of it's either heresy or it's not. He was a member of the Geonide Crusade, where his squad, company-sized element, retrieved invaluable artifacts from Adeptus Mechanicus laboratories that involved a lot of rogue psychers. So I don't like psychers. I don't appreciate psychers. There's a special place in hell for all psychers and all things warpy, but I don't hate them. I can work with them if they're sanctioned by the Imperium. So his major hatred, though, lies with heretics. If it's heresy, it deserves to be purged, and he will do that with chainsword, bolter, fist, teeth, doesn't matter. He'll kill it. And he's proud of it.
Okay, cool. Then let's see, Heraclitus.
My name is Heracles, Liberian, from this Chalcedon chapter. He was one of the only surviving members of Righteous Fury, is one of the chapter's void ships after they were attacked by the Night Lords, which is why he's come to Omega Guard to repent for losing the ship.
Okay. Let's see. Ysengrimus? I hope I said that right.
Ysengrimus. Oops, I had the wrong key down. Ysengrimus. I think is the good way to pronounce that. Ysengrimus is was originally from the Order of the Blood Angels, and I find it's interesting that we've sort of, at least three of us, were the last people left from our mission, from our brothers in a mission, and I was actually also demonstrated exceptional ingenuity and perseverance as the sole survivor from a mission to clear a space hulk. I kind of imagine sort of a badass Newt from Aliens, sort of stuck on the space hulk, clearing it out, sneaking around, getting stuck on the space hulk, and then clearing it out, and then being discovered. Ysengrimus is a sanguinary priest, so I'm going to be interested in ensuring that our gene seeds are recorded properly and taken care of, and administering to the brother warriors on the field. And I'll be jumping into the fray on the front lines to make sure that I can be there to help people on the front lines, both by being active, but also in preserving their gene seeds and also their bodies. Somewhere along the line, I've generated a particular hatred of Chaos Marines, and I don't know exactly yet where that shows up in my character, but that is definitely going to be part of it. I think that might be everything that is important to talk about right away.
Okay, good. So you guys are in the 41st millennium. It's close to the midnight, 999 years, so perhaps 1 year before the millennium is ending. And things been very rough. A lot of bad omens have happened in the galaxy, and still somehow from the nowhere, somebody in your chapter or something have sent you to the Omega Guard, which you guys don't know really much about it. You just hear it. And I'm gonna start here with Heraclitus and ask you, like, in which way you got to receive the orders that you were going to the Omega Guard, and the circumstances around it.
Just sent as punishment for losing my battle brothers.
Okay, yes. What about you, Guthrum?
Guthrum views this as a promotion of sorts. It is his unbridled duty to return the heretics back into the dust from which they were formed, and this is the greatest way for him to pursue that epic crusade that the Emperor first pushed us out to do so many millennia ago.
Okay, cool. What about you, Ysengrimus?
I think the wrong keys again. Sorry, I switched them. So I think the main thing for Ysengrimus is that his demeanor is ambitious. So he's got his eyes on the goal ahead of him, and maybe coming back from that space hulk being discovered and brought back, maybe a little bit too intense and driven. But that this is definitely a step up and a step on the ambitious ladder for this guy, for me, and I think that's definitely how I see it.
Yes, cool. And last, Jeroen?
So Joan thinks of it a little bit more kind of pragmatically, purely from a logistical standpoint. So he, it's his task to go out and find Lehman Russ, and if he was just a member of the Space Wolves, well, then obviously they're already doing that. But if he comes to this second chapter, he can then potentially not ignore the missions that we're set on in itself, but we can potentially steer some resources away from this chapter towards looking for Lehman Russ at the same time. So it's purely about kind of doubling his chances of finding Lehman Russ.
Cool. So you guys been traveling aboard a rogue trader for about a month now. You are on the way to the Omega Guard capital ship. And what you guys been doing in the downtime? Think about it. You guys from different chapters got hooked up and got inside this rogue trader, and now you've been traveling around a month. What you been doing in this month? And we can start with Jeroen again.
I think for the most part, Jaron would be basically assessing the people that he's with. So obviously everyone's an Adeptus Astartes, so they're going to have an insane level of strength, dexterity, weapons, all that kind of stuff. But I think he'd be trying to walk around and assess, who is the better person in this little squad, who's good at what, whether it's a psych or whether it's close combat. And potentially, if there's space, maybe challenging people on the ship to little one-on-one duels just to see where he comes out.
Okay, cool. What about you, Heraclides?
He would be waiting patiently within his chambers, as he's used to doing it, being part of used to void travel.
Okay. Ysengrimus?
I think to a large part, I'm going to be interested in, recording the current status of everyone's health, checking their gene seed, making sure that I get a baseline measure that I can compare with over time to see if anything has started to affect that gene seed. And I think I'm also going to be working on some of my new skills as far as drug handling and creating poisons and toxins. But also, I think I would definitely participate in the activities like the duels and just finding out information about the history. And I think I would also not enjoy, but I think it would be important to, having discovered that at least 3 of us total were the last people in our previous squads, that in our kill teams, that I would want to find out, or not find out, but that I would want to just sort of connect with other people, having been basically like a castaway for a while and then brought back, is like, maybe that's the way that I can come back into the humanity of my brother warriors, is to connect on that level.
Okay, cool. So as I said before, you guys been traveling. Let's see.
Oh, just really quickly before we go on at that point.
Yes.
With regards to, I am going to butcher this name. Sorry. Ysengrimus, I think, is how I'm going to try and pronounce it. When he starts trying to really get to grips with my gene seed, I think I would be quite reluctant to that because the Space Wolves have some malfunctions in their gene seed, and I think I wouldn't quite be comfortable with him really unlocking the secrets of that at this point.
Okay.
If I can respond, like how I think that Ysengrimus would be understanding that we're all from different chapters, and that everyone has something different, and I would just try to break the ice as far as like, you know, I want to be able to do this for us as a group. I understand your reticence, but you know, when you're ready, having a baseline will help me out, making sure that I can preserve your gene seed for the future, that sort of stuff. I'm not entirely sure how that conversation would go, like actually in, you know, game terms. I mean, not game terms, but you know, lore terms. But that's kind of how I would express it.
Okay.
Also, I might add, you completely skipped over what I was doing during this month.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Guthrum, I'm sorry. What you been doing? Sorry.
I would be spending my time fasting and praying, and when the was it the Space Wolf that's looking for duels?
Always.
I would kick his tail, without a doubt, in melee combat.
Okay.
I am second to none.
Okay, we'll see about that soon. So you guys been in this rogue trader ship. You actually the last half hour, 1 hour, you actually noticed that your ship have been changing course, but you don't know why, which reasons that would be. And you guys right now are in the chambers talking, but you hear like a really loud sounds coming from the middle of the centrum, and you can immediately recognize the voices of Brother Bertram, which is a tech marine from the Iron what's his name? Yeah, Iron Warriors, and from Brother Bjornsson, who is another space wolf. And they're kind of like discussing, and they're kind of like talking really loud to each other.
Iron Warriors or Iron Hands?
What do you say?
Iron Warriors or Iron Hands?
Yeah, Iron Hands. Sorry.
Okay, because there's two
very
Irons.
different.
One's heretic, the other one's not.
Sorry. Iron Hands. Yeah. There we go. So I leave it up to you, and let's take it from there. This is what you see. This is where you are, and this is the compartments that you guys been for the last month.
So if I wasn't aware that another Space Wolf was on the ship, or if he seems to be in some kind of distress, my initial response would just be to get up, stopping whatever I'm doing, just walk towards him. If he needs my help, I owe allegiance to him above everyone else.
Okay. You guys can move your tokens. You are free to move those tokens whatever way you want. I'm
going to investigate the sound, but I'm not particularly, confronted by this as a chapter. Leaving my jetpack behind.
Okay. As you guys get close, you see Brother Bertram and Brother Bjornsson, what it seems like kind of like fighting, not fighting like physically, but very, very, very angry at each other. And the first one you hear is Brother Bertram from the Iron Guards, and he's like, "No sense, that's impossible. Of course, the Tyranids are very dangerous indeed, but have you ever been close to one of these elder witches? You know, they're the most dangerous in the whole universe. Brother Bjornsson kind of like returns the conversation, and he's like, what those elder weaklings, you know, I will destroy them with my hands, you know. They're no match for the greatest of the emperor. How can you say that? Have you ever seen a Tyrannid, you know, one of those carnifex? They get in, they destroy your, you know, armor, and they destroy rhinos, you know. They're way more dangerous. And they keep discussing back and forward what's more dangerous, an elder or a Tyrannid.
I'm gonna cough, you know, heresy.
Both of you kind of like turns to back to you guys, and notice that you guys are there, and they turn around. They says, "Oh yes, brothers, please join us in this conversation. What would you think? You know, an elder or a Tyrannid? I mean, both are dangerous, of course, but I definitely think elders are way more dangerous than those mindless creatures of Tyrannids. What do you think?" You know, and kind of turns to all of you and kind of like brings you to the conversation.
I just say I think they're both weak in comparison to Astartes. They're both pale in significance to our skill and battle might. So I think it's pointless even to discuss this.
Brother Bjornsson kind of like give you like a look of like, interesting, and this.
The seedy corruption that is the heretical thought has even been proven to be able to corrupt us. It is the mightiest foe that we face in these days.
They turn around and they keep talking, and after a while of discussion, and they kind of like come to a compromise, and they accept what Jaron says. They're like, yes, indeed, you know, we the Space Marines, we are the best, we are the strongest. You know, of course, it's nothing in the universe that will be able to come against us. Of course, you know, all thanks to our mighty emperor, they say. And yes, Brother Bjornsson turns to yes. By the way, Guthram, your backpacks are like in the armory.
Oh, okay. I was assuming since it's given to me by my chapter that, you know.
Yeah. They're just in the armory, just holding in there.
All right.
As you're walking around Brother Bjornsson, he kind of look at you, Guthram, and he's like, it's the mighty Space Marines, I hear. Do you wanna go in a duel, brother? He kind of like challenge you.
I'm gonna look him up and down. Very well. Where?
Let's start by a duel of guns. Who fire best? A bow pistol, he says. I mean, I'm myself an assault marine.
In ranged combat.
What do you say?
There is no honor in ranged combat.
Well, brother,
a true duel shall be wielded by chainsword or fist.
I disagree, brother. Even if I'm an assault marine myself, I think it's important to be balanced with all the weapons. Or are you afraid? He kind of like asks you.
It is not my chapter that drinks a ship's worth of Astartes pattern ale in a fortnight. You
And,
cannot.
and this German pipes up and just says, "Ale, ale."
Okay.
You cannot taunt me into accepting a duel which has no honor. A true duel is in melee combat, as the Emperor has decreed.
He says, well, I see, you're very tedious, and I will say a little bit afraid, in my opinion. And he kind of like give you like a cough. At the same time,
If you challenge my honor once more, I will remove your head from your shoulders as the heretic you are proving yourself to be.
oh, I would not think you will be able to do that. And he kind of like get a little bit hit up, but give you like a smile, like a one of those evil smiles. In the same time, Brother Bertram, he turns to you, Brother Ysengrimus, and he kind of asks you like if you have noticed that we have changed project. The ship is going in another direction.
I'm not sure that I fully realized that. I did. I think if there was some indication, like the engine sound changed or something like that, I would relay that I had detected that or heard that. What is our current mission?
Well, I mean, we are on the way to this Omega Guard chapter, which I really don't have any information. They just told me they shipped me off to this place, and I don't know if it was a punish, but I think I've been working hard like anybody else in my chapter. I don't know why would I be sent to this chapter, Omega Guard, whatever is that.
But just to clarify, this was our understanding that when we got on the ship that's where we were headed to.
Yes.
Okay, so then I wouldn't have said the thing, "What's our new mission?" because I would have assumed, well, we are definitely on our way to the Omega Guard. But you said that there was a shift in direction.
Oh yes, I can feel it. We were going the latitude 4567, and now we are going 7398. So I really don't know why the shift. And I mean, I guess you don't know either. But I mean, brother, I don't know.
I've not gotten word.
What do you say?
I said perhaps you should bring it up with the astropaths.
Yes, indeed. But we've been locked here since we got here, like animals in this can, Only in this room we've been, brother. We don't been going out from this room. I don't know about you, but I've just been here for the last month, he says.
I think Jones kind of just gonna. He gets bored with not really knowing where they're going or where they're heading to. I think it's kind of coming to the point where he just wants some answers. So he tried to find kind of a communications panel or something like that on the wall to speak to the crew of the ship and find out what's going on.
Okay, yes. There is a communication here.
Okay, I'll head over up to there then. And when I'm there, I'll just punch in the keys and say, what's going on? Why have we changed course?
From the other side of the computer, you listen like a mechanic voice kind of telling you that they have received new orders from the Omega Guard to change position and to direct themselves to Avalos, planet Avalos. They really don't know so much about it, but they are telling you that they have an incoming transmission soon, which we will be able to to explain more. They hope, but they tell you this come from the Omega Guard.
What is this green thing down here in front of me?
That's a table with guns. Let's say with ball pistols, and it's like a training target kind of thing. You see, brother. One of his guns. Shoot to one of the dummies in front of you.
Okay, so that's what those are. Got it.
So he's kind of like practicing shooting dummies, pretty much. Yes. What about you, Heraclitus? What's happening with you in the time that you're doing this?
I'm just walking around the ship, just seeing how old the ship is. I'm just trying to work out what's happening.
Yes, the ship is old. Not like very old, but it's quite old. Not much happening in this room, and I don't know if you've been you've been most meditating. Yes, but the ship it seems working fine. There is no like broken parts or something like that. It's kind of good. In the same time as you guys are talking and stuff like that, you guys kind of hear like what's the name? Like a incoming call kind of.
At that, then I will return to the communications center.
Who's going to the communication?
Guthrum.
Guthrum. Yep. As you guys said there, you kind of like receive like an incoming call, and from the other side of the speakers, you hear a captain, somebody talking, and he presents himself as Captain Avintus Morox, captain of the Omega Guard, second company. And he's telling you that the situation have changed. He really want to meet you, and they never do this before, but they have received a distress call from Inquisitor called Calistradi. Inquisitor Calistradi, who was visiting the planet of Avalos. And in Avalos, the last message they received was that a small rebellion had flourished up. So the Inquisitor was asking for reinforcements immediately. Too bad the capital ship of the Omega Guard is very far away, and they are currently in combat. And because he's 6 of you, he believes that you all can probably quell this rebellion and give help to the Inquisitor. He also tells you that the Inquisitor and his retinue is there, and there is PDF troops, and kind of after that the transmissions goes off.
I'm going to use communications pad and ask the captain how far away are we from this planet? How long will it take us to get there?
The other side of the ship, they speak to you and they tell you that now they're close to orbit. Perhaps they will arrive to the spaceport in about 1.5 hours. But you guys are very close. You are like pretty much in out of orbit from Avalos. Outer orbit, yeah, from Avalos. So he tells you like we will be there ready in maybe 1 hour, 1.5 hour, 2 hours max. Kind of tells you. You soon will start to hear the engines descending and so.
Can we be released from the cell so that we may start preparing, perhaps acquiring our weapons or our chapter trappings, the things that we came with?
He tells you that yes, of course, but I think you guys will know that it's Brother Bertram who have the security codes to open the room.
Yeah, I think. I mean, we've been here like over a month, so I think we would have, you know, at least inspected and broken down and cleaned our weapons many times.
Oh, every day probably.
Yeah.
So it's more like a. It's not like a like your weapons are on the lock. It's more like the weapons are like in an armory kind of thingy. But you will know it's Brother Bertram who will have the entry codes, or it will have it easier
Right.
to open. Yes.
So yeah, I think knowing that we're this close, I would definitely want to start to approach and get our equipment. It's that door. Yeah, right there. Okay. So yeah, I would find Bertram, and obviously he's already there, so I would follow and just start doing our space marine load up.
Weapons checks. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, you guys get in, no problem, and there is everything you need, the weapons, As you guys get in there, you hear a really loud explosion. And you hear another one. The whole ship like starts to blink red and black. Emergency lights get on.
I put on my helmet.
And so it begins.
The whole ship, you know, like places of the ships like starts to like sparks, and the ship is like starts to shake. You hear the computer. You hear the captain actually screaming really loud. We bandits at 6 o'clock. Bandits at 6 o'clock. You know, and you hear like the chaos starts to come up on the ship, and the communications on the ship.
So as soon as he starts basically talking about intruders, I'm going to just tear straight out of that room towards where they're coming in from. And I'm not even going to have time to put on my helmet. I'm just going to go without a helmet. I've just got my weapons and the bases of my armor on.
Yeah. As you guys walk away from the room, you actually see something really crazy. You see Brother Bertram, he's connected with the computer, and the kind of like the computer like explode in front of him, and you see him flying, you know, like poof, you know, like he hits the wall really hard, and kind of like falls down to the floor.
So I think I would immediately check and see if I could administer any sort of help.
Okay. So you got your if you click on your token, you will have Medicaid as one of your actions, token actions. So you can like just press
and
that.
Do I need any modifier, or just leave that to 0?
I just leave it right now to 0. Once once you get to him and you start to like try to figure out what's happening to him, you immediately notice, because he wasn't wearing really armor when this happened, that his neck is kind of like broken, and he's not showing really any signs of
Can you help him, Ysengrimus?
His neck is broken. I'm not sure that there's anything I can do for them.
Retrieve his gene seed and let's go.
Yes, that's. I think the only thing left is I'm going to use my exsanguinator, which is my the combo unit, and extract the gene seed, and then I think we should assume. I think that up north is our drop ship or our shuttle or something. That maybe we should head that way.
Yep. Do me a Medicaid check. I think it's a Medicaid check plus 20. Okay. That was yeah. I will allow that. Yep. Once you like you like drill the exsanguinator in him, you extract both gene seeds. Very skillful, actually, really kind of fast. And you actually the ship starts to explode, like everything starts to like get on fire, like just the rooms that you guys before, the chambers where you were sleeping before, it starts to explode, and the fire kind of like like starts to go down the corridor.
So I'm making sure, like, just watching everybody else. And I assume everybody were all headed towards this, not extraction point, but our, our mission.
Yeah.
Exfil point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gonna try to open up this door.
You start to click on it. Do me a tech check.
I don't have tech use. I can't.
You don't have a tech. Do me an intelligence roll. Once you say that, you just like you start to like try to open the codes. You kind of get the computer answered you that a sort of authorization is needed.
Brother Bjornsson, do you know the password?
Holding up my chainsword, there's only one password I need.
I like it. I take my chainsword out and head towards the door as well.
Yeah, we march forward, the march of the chainswords.
As you guys do that, before you like going to hack, no, the room is still closed. You guys are like about to hack that computer. You see Brother Bjornsson. He kind of like, don't be so brutal, and then you call us. Like a space wolf, a bunch of brutals. Get away, move. And he kind of like tell you Guthram to move. So
when all you have is a chainsaw.
Everything looks like a tree.
He kind of like like click on it, click everything. He gets inside the mainframe. He kind of like open the door. Come on, hurry! Everybody. He kind of like asks everybody to get inside. Heraclitus, what about you? Yeah. As you guys are getting inside the ship, you see the whole ship like exploding. Brother Bjornsson, he turns around and he kind of tells you there is no time, and he kind of like, you know, like press a button and the door shuts close behind you guys. And as the door is closing, you can
But
see
your
the
gene
fire
seed.
you can see the you can see the whole ship and flaming in you know, like going in flame. Yeah, I know that the music, we're gonna maybe have some problems with the music, Rigaroga, because I don't have free music yet, but I hope it's okay. Or what you say?
Do what you go ahead.
Yeah. So as the door closed down, you know, and the ship goes close, you see this, you guys are like in a capsule, like an emergency capsule, and it kind of like explodes out, you know, like boom, you know, like, and immediately you're like in a pod, like in a drop pod. Immediately the pod like starts to shake, you know, as gravity takes his hold on the ship. It's getting warmer, really warm. And
As we fall, I say this is the last time I travel aboard a rogue trader vessel.
As you guys are going down, everything shaking, everything getting warm, you actually notice that if it was a human in this pod, it would probably die. Because it seems like you guys have been dropping from like really high up in the orbit, so you guys are like accelerating like dramatically. But the pod holds as you guys get inside into orbit of this planet. Even if the ship, the orbit keeps shaking, after it's inside the orbit, something in the pod kind of like send like a red signal, and it kind of says like direction attained, or we got a destination, and the pod itself kind of like lights up and it's sent to some direction, and you guys are like flying through with this pod, flying through the planet, and just 2-3 minutes on it, you guys hear like a really loud banging, you know, like, you know, falling into something. You definitely notice that you fall into something. And let's see, I think this is as you guys goes down from the pod, you guys can hear it's kind of like raining, and there is like a bunch of sound of combat and violence going outside. Once you get up from this, you can see like a small chapel to the Emperor of Mankind. It's just a little place, and you see a couple of dead soldiers all around this room, and some weapons. And yeah, outside the room there is like a combat is happening pretty much.
Your sacrifice was not in vain. I'm going to walk to the front of the door.
I assume I would grab gene seeds from the if are these space marines? Oh, these are just humans. Oh, then who? Yeah, never mind. Who cares?
Screw 'em.
They have no gene seed.
They pretty much dead, or well, they seem dead. There may be maybe a few who are like badly wounded, but most of them are dead.
Say a prayer appropriate for dead animals, and then we'll head out.
Okay. What about you, Jaron and Heraclitus?
I'm going to head out with the guys, but I'm going to feel a distinct sense of loss purely because yet another space wolf has died within moments of meeting me, which is quite a blow.
Okay. What about you, Heraclides? Heraclides, by the way, exactly in the moment that you get out from the ship, you start to feel like a really, really terrible headache.
I'm gonna wait until the other guys open the door and then head out.
Is that? I'm in like D&D mode, and I'm like thinking, hey, there's that box down there. Should we check that before we head out, or just?
Well, what is this thing?
There is a couple of, it's like an ammo cache with some small non-assertive weapons and maybe a couple of grenades. You do find
garrison type stuff. Got it.
there is some explosives too.
So yeah, whatever we can use, let's pack that.
Okay. You find let's see, about 5 kilos of TNT. Well, not really TNT, but the explosives, and you find 2 more frag grenades.
Yeah, so I'll just hand out the. I'll go ahead and just grab the explosives and the frag grenades if anybody wants them. Or I'll take one and hand one to Guthrum.
No, thank you. I'll look to the tactical marine.
Okay.
Perhaps he should have it.
Yeah, I'll take the grenade.
Do you want the explosives or?
I wouldn't trust me with those explosives.
Okay. I'll just hold on to him. Hold on to him, and you get one for a grenade, and I'll hold the other.
Okay. As you guys open the door, yes. Outside is total chaos. Let's see, 1 second, guys.
Fucking chaos!
Yes, what you see is like a small church. You see a couple of rag soldiers, what it seems PDF troops, a captain barking orders and talking in the microphone, and a bunch of heretics everywhere. You know, you see like this places is like getting like overrun at this moment by a bunch of what it seems people, normal people. Do me actually. Let's see who's gonna do me. Anybody can do me a perception check. All of you can do a perception check.
Is it sight or hearing?
Sight.
Then we all get a plus 20 because of our well, for those that are wearing helmets. Otherwise, it's a plus 10 for heightened senses.
So what you guys see is like what it seems like a normal dress citizens, but their eyes are red. They have like really red eyes, all of them, and they kind of like acting kind of weird. They're like, you know, picture the 28th day later. I don't know if you guys seen that movie.
Yeah, kind of like quick zombies.
Yeah, but they got guns and they're shooting and
zombies with guns.
Yeah, exactly. They're fighting and shooting back, you know, but they're like very, you know, like with foam in the mouth and.
Should I roll initiative because I do
really
attack?
Really red eyes. Let's see. Go ahead. Yeah. So if you guys go to your attributes, your initiatives gonna be in there. If you click on the token and initiatives, attributes, initiative, exactly, and that will put you directly into the turn order.
Wait, sorry. I've noted this before. Where am I going again?
If you press your token, you should see something in the upper left. No, upper left corner, something called attributes.
Oh, there it is. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I get 1 extra due to my power armor history.
Just add the extra one. So yeah. So I don't know if you have found it, Jero.
No, sorry, Ysengrimus, can you do it on stream just so I can see where you're clicking, please?
Can I? Yeah. So
Yeah, sure. So make sure you're in select move, and then you select your character, and you should get this. Oh, it's actually not on the screen. Hold on. So do you see there's
you
next to
find
the pointer?
Sorry.
And there's
I'm struggling here a
attributes
little
right
bit.
there,
Sorry.
and if you click on that, it shows. And if you click on that, it shows up on in the chat, and then you click on init next to combat.
Oh, I think I've got it. I think I've got it.
Cool.
There we go.
There we
Sorry
go.
about
No, don't worry. Close to you in the vicinity, what it seems most close to you is that kind of firing to the people in front of you. So this is a horde, and as I put in the house rule, what's the name? They're gonna have every 10 units of a horde magnitude is one of those.
Okay, Acquaintances, what's the plan, dude?
Heracleides is the first.
I'm gonna take cover behind what looks like with the PDF troops and use them as a bit of a meat shield.
Okay.
Can I see that this captain is quite clearly a captain? It's very obvious that he's the one in charge, right?
He seems in charge, yeah.
I'm just gonna say, as we come bursting out of the church, I'm just gonna tell them to focus fire on this group nearest to us to support us, as I've got a rough idea that Guthrum's just gonna go jumping into them straight away, so I want to help him as much as possible. And would I be able to hit them with my bolter? As in shoot at them, sorry?
I think your bolter range is about 100 meters, so yeah. But Heracleides, the only thing you do is actually just move back to the troops, back to the sack, or
no, I'll take a defensive stance as well.
okay, yeah. In your journal in Roll20 is something called Codex Astartes. If you click on it, you will be able to find things like the Space Marines implants and the power armor features, plus all the actions and test difficulty, combat difficulty, etc. So, for example, actions, what you can actually do on combat, and this work into two things. It works like half action. You can take up to a full action in your turn.
Sorry, can I take actually guarded attack?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. It just basically means -10 to. Is it? So yeah, I just take guarded.
Yeah, go ahead. So the same work here. You take your attributes, you click on weapons, and all the weapons that you have should come out in there. And then you select the target that you're attacking. So, yeah, Good. But instead of ballistic skills, if you goes to your weapon, then it will automatically calculate damage and see if it hits or miss. So that will be easier. So if you click on your token and you click on weapons, you will see will be able to see which weapons you have.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah. Let's see, Jaron, your turn.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just come bursting out of the church and tell the captain and the troops to focus fire on this group closest to us. And I'm not even gonna find too much cover. I'm just gonna try to basically soak up some shots from people and lay some shots into this closest group of rebels.
Okay, go ahead.
It says it's targeting the dummy. But I want to target the rebels. How do I get the thing to do that?
Is you guys know in the same page I am?
Yes, I am, but for some reason I can see the dummy. So, for example, if I do this, oh yeah, it's not working.
Aha, no, that's okay. Then you click on the weapon that you want to use, and then you click.
I see.
Yeah. So that's the bottom. Those things it says to dummy. That's actually the bottom for. There we go. You hit 70 damage, penetration 4. That will be 2 degrees of success. That will be 2 horde damage to the horde. Assault the border, and you use 1 single fire. Yes. Yeah. You like fire 1 shot. Like bolter bullets are like big bullets. So they fly, and you see like 2 or 3 heads. Like go like like watermelons. Exploding like. Some of them drops, but the majority of the horde is still there. Like screaming and fighting and still grueling. About your attack, the horde kind of like turns against you, and let's see. By the way, guys, if a horde is plus, if you see like 3 units, you get a plus 30 to your damage as a bonus, and then if you go semi-automatic, you get a plus 10.
Okay.
Yeah. And full automatic is a plus 20. And they're attacking you, and oh, okay, the horde don't jam, but you kind of hear the sound in there. They kind of jam at the weapon, but the horde rules don't jam. So let's see, they have 2 more attacks.
It's okay, it happens to humans all the time.
They actually only do 1, and they hit your head for a total of 8 plus 7. 8 plus 7, that's 13, right?
8 plus 7 is 15.
15. Okay. So 15 damage to your head. I don't know if you had a helmet or not.
Nope.
Okay. So what's your toughness bonus?
My toughness is 1 second. Toughness. My total wounds is 22.
Yeah. I'm talking about your toughness.
Oh,
bonus.
my toughness
What's
is
your
40. My toughness is 40.
Okay, so that will be a total of 8. So 50 minus 8, that's 7. You take 7 damage to your head.
Lovely. My head has 1 HP. I think.
No, that means
No, it doesn't work like that. It's all the.
it's
You got. So if you click on your token, you will see that it's like a red circle on it, and it says 22. That's your hit points. You subtract the damage in there.
I see.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So yes, go to Ram. It's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to take a full action to run.
What are you running?
I will draw it out in a second.
Sorry, I didn't catch up the last part.
I said I'm drawing it out.
I think he's gonna roll. Use the roller to.
Yes.
As a soldier,
Yeah.
suck against hordes. I'm going after the rebel leader. Going
Good
up
plan,
against
man.
a horde is a suicide mission for me.
Ysengrimus?
So, I mean, we're engaged. I was gonna try and figure out what the rules of engagement are. I'm.
We're Space Marines. We kill things.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, do we technically wait for the technical, tactical marine to say go get him, or do we just go?
Right now, we're not a squad. We're just a bunch of random ass Space Marines.
Okay. Yeah. So we just do whatever.
Yeah.
No,
The tactical
Yeah.
marine just got
we do what our
slapped in the
chapters
face.
taught us to teach them.
So you guys are not like a coherent unit because you've never been in combat
Right,
before,
and
and every chapter kind of have like a different strategies and tactics.
Yeah, so we didn't really know who our leader was, so we didn't really train in our in group tactics and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Am I close enough to throw one of the grenades at that rebel leader from here?
So it works like this. Your grenade throw will be your strength bonus times 3 plus 2. So your strength bonus.
It's your strength bonus times 2, and then multiply that by 3, because we have
Okay, yeah.
strength.
But that's in the but that's in the thingy, right?
Yeah, it's just like if you wanna calculate the distance. You first press throw. So if you see grenades, you click on throw.
Oh shoot! Okay, hold on. So throw. Choose target. Okay, here we go. And then my modifier. What did you say? I would do with that?
You get a plus 20 because your power armor. So it goes up to 30 meters. That's the max distance, and it goes 4 meters north from 30 meters. So if you go up to 30 meters and then click north, there we go. And then...
Oops, hold on. Sorry. Yeah, so right there.
Yeah. And that will, anyway, it's a blast of 4, so yeah, it will
Nice.
It will hit the leader, yeah.
And now do...
It does 7 damage because you already rolled your damage.
Because I already rolled it. Yeah, okay.
He gets some shrapnel, but not enough that it damage him. Not enough. He maybe takes some damage, but not enough for what you can see.
And then just to understand, is action, movement, or attack, or how does that break down?
So yeah. So you got the different way to move. You can do a half move. That's your. If you go to your sheet.
Right, half move should be 4. But I couldn't find it on the sheet for some reason.
Yeah, it's page 2.
The second tab.
If you scroll up to the top, it says first, second, third, fourth. Go to page.
Oh, here's movement. There it is. Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
So go. Half move is 5.
Half move is 5.
Full move is 10.
And is
you can
that's
charge.
meters?
Yes.
Okay.
And then you got 30, which is also a full action, and it's
Right.
like just to run. And
Okay.
when you run, what you do is you get a how was it? Minus 20, minus 10, I think.
Anyone trying to shoot you takes a huge penalty.
Yes.
It's minus 20, I believe. It might be minus 30.
Yeah, minus 20 to shoot, but you get a plus 10, I think, to your if they try to melee you. So.
Okay, and then so I did an attack. Does that mean that I can only do a half move, or how does that work out?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll go ahead and do a
Doesn't make
half
an
move.
attack is a half action. Alright, so I'm just going to verbally explain how I do that whole marking out my movement. Click and drag your token. Press spacebar. Do not remove the click and drag. Okay, do not release your click. You click down once and hold it. Press spacebar. Move it to where you want to pivot. Press spacebar again. Move it to where you want to pivot. Press spacebar again. When you're done doing all of that, and you're at your final resting point of where you want to be, release your click, and it'll move your token and measure it all out.
Got it. And so my half move is 5. So I'll move 5 meters towards Guthrum.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh.
Do you move? I don't think you move.
Hold on, I was on the wrong thing. Okay, I didn't do that right, but I'll figure it out.
Close enough.
Yes. Let's see. Heracles, it's your turn.
I'm going to focus the warp at unfettered.
Okay. So you get a plus 10 to your focus powers if you go unfeathered.
I'm using smite on the rebels if you just need to make sure.
Okay. So first focus power to see if you manifest the power. And no, you don't. And let's see, you got a double. No, you don't got a double either. So you try to concentrate the warp energy on the enemy, and something happened. You get kind of distracted, perhaps by the shooting or by the combat, and you're not able to manifest the power. I don't remember. Focus power is a half an action, or
It's doing smite. It's half an action.
okay. So you may try again, I guess.
No,
Yeah,
he
my
can
bad.
move. You cannot make 2 attacks in the same turn unless
Okay,
you
you cannot do. Okay, yeah. But,
It requires certain talents, like 2-weapon wielder will allow you to attack twice, once with each hand. Swift attack lets you attack twice. But when it comes to powers, he can use a defensive power that's a half action, as well as an attack action, but you can only attack once.
okay.
I just aim then at the rebels.
Okay. Let's see. Some of the PDF units around you guys kind of shoot to these guys, and they manage to bring a couple of them down. But there are not that many that they bring down. You know, it's just a very few in number. Darren, your turn.
After getting shot in the face, I'm quite conscious of the fact that I really want to kind of rally the troops and make sure that they're fighting hard and well. So I'm just going to kind of quite poignantly laugh at getting shot in the face and just unload on the rebels again. But I'm going to go semi-auto this time.
Okay. So you get two of those hits on. That will be total of.
That's 3 hits. Because you got 2
Yeah.
degrees of success plus 1 hit, which is a.
Yeah. So a total of 3 to but it's two of those hits actually 17 and 15, and then plus 1 for damage. So let's see. This horde start to like crumble, start to take some damage. There we go. The rebels kind of infuriated by the shooting. They're gonna attack Guthram, but that's a minus 20. One of the attacks gonna go to Guthram. They miss. And one against second guy. Fuck. Gerard. Heraclides. Wait, guys, remember, if it's a horde, they get a plus. You get a plus 30 because they got more or less. You see, 10. The horde is a plus 10 in magnitude. If you know what I mean. Do you guys understand me what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. So let's see. Number 6. That would be a 60. And a 60 is a bot. So Heraclides, you take a total of 22 damage, 0 penetrations to your body.
Whether they hit?
Your body.
Ah. Alright.
It's got 0 pen.
0 penetration.
So that means look at the number underneath where you put in your armor value, and that subtract that from the 22 damage. So like if your armor says 9, but then underneath that you have a 17, you would subtract 17 from 22. That's the total wounds you're taking.
Right.
And then you can just delete it in there.
Right.
What about you, Guthram?
Well, I'm going to charge, but I'm not just going to charge. I'm going to use my jet park to charge. That rebel leader is getting fucked.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Alright, so there's that. I'm also going to use not righteous zeal, because he's not demonic, so that wouldn't matter. So yeah, time for my attack roll. It's a plus 10 for charging. Standard attack, which is another plus 10.
Yes.
Oh wait, no, it's just plus 10.
0. Yeah, plus 10. Yeah.
So that's a hit. He can attempt to dodge, I think.
He failed his dodge.
He takes 17 rending with pen 3.
On his wait, 8 minus 8, 17 minus 8, 20, 12. Huge scar to his chest. Like I think it's with your chain sword, I guess.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah. starts to bleed. He kind of like also like cough blood, you know, like and let's see. It's
For the Emperor!
yeah, kind of like that. Ysengrimus, your turn.
Okay, so let's see. I guess I was gonna back up on that rebel leader, but what I'm hearing is that attacking close up to the horde is these hordes is a bad idea. So that means I should probably do from a distance. I might as well.
So I can read you guys the rules of the horde a little bit fast, so you guys have an idea about the horde, how they work. Just 1 second, guys. Let's see.
Okay, yeah.
That's the simplistic version right there. Melee versus
Right.
horde doesn't work. Ballistic versus horde equal dead horde.
And it didn't
Still,
seem
you
like
can
that. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
You can still do a lot of damage to a horde, depending, but it's way harder than holding a sustainable fire against a horde, for example. So let's see. The horde, damaging a horde, it works like this. Each hit that causes any amount of damage reduces a horde magnitude by 1. Therefore, any attack that, after accounting for armor and toughness bonus, causes damage, reduce the horde magnitudes by 1. Weapons that inflict explosive damage, for example grenades, gain a bonus against hordes and count as having inflicting 1 additional hit. Let's say
Right, okay.
in melee, when fighting against a horde in melee, a Space Marine inflict 1 hit for every 2 degrees of success on his weapon skills test. And melee weapons with the powerful quality inflict 1 additional hit. A blast weapon that hit a horde hits a number of times equal to its blast value. Once again, like grenade, who have a blast value of 4, that will be an extra 4 damage to the horde magnitude. Let's see. Psychic powers used against the horde will hit a number of times equals to the side rating used in the power, no matter what the power may be. If the psychic power affects an area, it adds an additional 1d10 hits. And yes, and what happened with the hordes is like when a horde magnitude is reduced by 25% in a turn, it must make a willpower test when it is its turn to act again. If it passes, it might continue to act. If it fails, it breaks and flee. Flee at its highest move value. If the horde magnitude is less than 50% of its starting value, it suffers a -10 to that willpower. And if the horde magnitude is less than 25% of its starting value, it automatically breaks. So what the horde means is like if you concentrate on horde, attacking a horde, it's easier to destroy the horde. Otherwise, they're very, very hard to.
Okay.
I hope that share a little bit light on.
Right. So I think what I'm gonna do is I tried the 1 grenade on the rebel leader. I won't do that because Guttrum's there. But I'm thinking a crack grenade. I think a crack grenade. Sorry, go ahead. What?
A frag grenade at the rebel leader probably won't hurt me. Go for it.
So okay. So crack grenades, they don't have. They're more like I imagine at least they're like an implosion kind of grenades. So they don't have a blast area. Crack grenades don't blast. They're kind of like they blow, but in a specific place. If you know what I mean.
crack grenades are white phosphorus. They have a lot of penetration. A frag grenade has no penetration. A frag at the rebel leader won't hurt me because of my power armor and everything else. Whereas a crack grenade could kill me because of its penetration.
Right. Okay.
But
Okay. Well,
who were you planning? Who were you planning to throw the grenade?
Yeah, I was trying to decide. I mean, I was gonna.
Okay.
I want to back up Gooptrum, or I was going to, but he charged in. The other thing that I could do is I could attack the rebels. But why don't I go ahead with the extra frag grenade, and I'll just toss that at rebel leader.
I would suggest actually that the frag hit the rebels because that'll do more damage than me hitting them with the chainsword, for example. As an assault marine, my job's to take out leaders.
Right. Well, I'm pretty much melee.
I'll agree with that.
Okay, so we're the thing I was going to use is the crack grenade on the rebels because it's 3d10 plus 4. The frag grenade is 2d10 plus 2.
The damage doesn't matter against a horde. What matters is the blast. That's what's going to give more hits. You see what I'm saying? That's why frags are great against hordes.
Oh, okay.
Like, if the horde comes up to me and engages me in melee, I'm dropping my frags. I'm just dropping them at my feet. No roll necessary. I'm going to hit. You know?
Okay. Okay. So I guess frag grenade at the rebels then. And I'm sorry, you said plus 20?
Yeah, plus 20 for your strength power armor. Oh, you hit the target. So let's see. Once again, just frag me once, please. So you see now, frag do plus 4 because it's a blast. You also get a plus 1 extra damage because it is explosive damage. The X means that it's explosive. One that counts like an additional hit, and because you damage the horde, that's another 1 damage to the horde. So you do a total of 6 horde damage just with 1 grenade, for example.
And that is why I was saying use a frag on the horde.
Okay. Okay.
So what happened is that you throw the grenade, and like once the grenade explodes, you see like a bunch of like pieces of leg and hands and chop of blood, like spreading all around, making a big hole in the middle of the line of the rebels.
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
Yeah, they are drop.
I think you might have cut out a little bit there.
Oh, did we lose him?
There we go.
There we are.
No, there we go. Heraclides, your turn.
We're gonna try to smite again, but on the rebels in the far corner.
Up here.
Yep.
You mean these ones? Okay, go ahead. How much power are you using?
Unfettered again. Is it how big's
Okay,
the
so that's
horde?
Yeah, so that's a plus 10.
I also get any bonuses to normal range attacks, so the horde size also comes into account.
Yeah, that would be a plus 30 then. Plus 30 plus 10, so a total of plus 40. Oh, that was really close. but you managed to manifest it. So yeah, throw your smite.
You said each of the squares represents a horde magnitude of 10, right?
Yes.
What's up with the input value for power use? Is it just 1, 2, or 3?
You'd be using
that's
it
how
at
much.
3.
That's how much power do you use. So on Federa would be 3. So yeah, you put 3, for example.
Okay, make it up for just a second.
And you didn't roll double, so no phenomena. So let's see. So this is, let's see, range. Smite must be targeted as single creature. Any creature within 3 meters of the target will also be affected by smite. So you do some damage to the rebel leader, I will say. And then because you're using psychic powers, so you do 3 damage to that, and then would you say that smite is affecting area? No, right?
Yeah, it's an affecting area because it's
Okay.
anything within 3 meters.
Roll me 1d10, please.
I mean, that's a 6-meter diameter from the target spot. You know.
Yeah. So that would be a total of 6. Seven. So 1 second, guys. I have. You kind of like scare the shit out of them. You kind of see like a couple of them kind of like, even if they're like all like like farming and shit, they kind of like starts to like get a little bit scared.
Yo, come here.
So that would be.
Okay, there we go. Oops, cut on me. There you go.
Yeah, on your turn.
When I look at the PDF troopers near me, are they all firing, or are any of them just looking scared and like crouching behind and saving themselves? Are they all in fight?
Some of them are scared. Not all of them are firing. You can see a couple of them are like very, like down. Some in like in combat shock. They've been getting pretty hard hit. So yes, not everybody's effectively in combat at this moment.
Okay, can I go over and grab one of the ones that is not firing?
Okay.
And just grab him and just pick him up with one hand and use him as like a meat shield, and just say and just scream to everyone, fire, fire you cowards, basically, and walk forward using this guy's body as a meat shield.
Okay. Do me. Let's see. That would be like intimidation, I think, and I will give you a +30 for that. So if you roll your basic skills, intimidate should be one of your basic skills. So once again, it's no attributes, but basic skills. You click on it in your token, and yes. Oh man, you roll a 98. You take up this guy, you take him up, and you like put him in front of you, and you say like to the rest of them like, fire you cowards, and you kind of like move out. The rest of his unit kind of look at this, and they get even worse. They kind of like drop their rifles and they start to run away. So some of them are now running away, scared, pretty much.
That was very successful, I've got to say.
Yeah. Let's see. He's got. Oh, we lost somebody. We lost Rigaroga. No.
Nope, I'm
Who
here.
lost we?
We lost
0-0.
Okay.
The librarian.
no problem, I'm sure he'll come back.
Yes. Let's see. He's gonna attack you, and he got.
What are you doing? You want to be on that? Okay, okay, Vish.
Whoops! I click on web. Definitely.
Did he hit or what? Because if he hit, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, it was. I used.
Alright, he missed.
He hit. But you can dodge. You already dodged.
I can't dodge twice.
Yeah. No, you already had done it. Sorry, I didn't saw that. There we go.
Hi, come on.
They gonna keep firing at. Well, I think we lost the psyker here, so we're gonna fire at Ysengrimus and Jaron. You guys back.
Okay.
And that's 26, so that's a 62. A 62, I think, is the body, and that will be 18 damage to your body.
And if is that with penetration, or I'm trying to understand. So do I subtract?
Zero penetration.
So then I subtract 18 from that and take 0. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
So pretty much it bounced from your weapon. It didn't do anything. Yeah, exact. Gotram, your turn.
I'm gonna do a swift attack against the rebel leader.
Okay, go ahead.
First attack is a miss. Second attack. I'm going to fate point that second attack.
Yes.
There we
There
go.
you go. Yeah, do you want to describe how you kill him?
Well, because I had already came in with a charge and lodged my chainsword into his gut, you know, collarbone straight down into, you know, roughly center of chest, barely missing his heart. Rip it out, come back around. That was a body shot, so come back right at the waist, right to left, and make him fit into his jeans a little bit better.
And he, you know, like fucking scream on pain, like. There we go. He's down. He's dead. He's totally dead. What about you, Ysengrimus? Ysengrimus.
So I don't want to wait. We got several other groups of horde. I'm trying to think. If I do a half move. Yeah, that won't get me close enough. I guess I'll go ahead with my bolt pistol. It's not ideal, but I don't think going melee with these guys is a good idea. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to use the Astarte's bolt pistol and shoot at the horde that are right in front of us.
Okay, go ahead.
And modifier is 20.
If you do a semi-automatic, I think yeah, modifiers is 20, and if you shoot on semi-automatic, that's another extra 10.
Okay, so 30 total. Okay.
Okay, and then do me a ballistic skill roll, please. And because we have a house rule that if you pass your what's the name? Your but it's a Riot's Fury. You actually only got one hit on them, so it's 2 of them. Yeah, no, never mind. But
Okay,
as
so
a house
don't
rule,
do that. Okay.
Yeah, but as a house rule, if you get a Righteous Fury against Horde, and you pass it, you get another extra damage to the Horde magnitude. The problem is right now, to get 2 hits, you needed 2 degrees of success. You understand?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You still get 2 damage. Check. Let me check if they pass or not. They almost kind of flee because they got shot. Some of them that now like down to like 50% of the beginning they were, and they saw the leader getting like hacked to pieces. But they managed to resist the attack. And Heracleides, I will take away one of these. Your turn.
So I'm going to just see that these PDF forces are just running, and
yeah.
So that didn't work out wholly well. But I think that Guthrum's done his job, and Ysengrimus seems to be laying down some fire with me here. So I'm going to kind of look at Ysengrimus as if to say, keep firing and cover me. And then I'm just going to walk forward a little bit more to kind of hopefully, give the PDF troopers a bit of inspiration at the fact that, we're here and we're here to help them. And then I'm just going to unload onto those rebels as well.
Okay, do me a command roll first.
So I have a skill that gives me plus 10 to command, I think. Let me just check.
Air of Authority, right?
Yes.
Yes. So it's a basic skill. Click on basic skill command and do a plus 10.
There we go.
You managed to rally a couple of them that were fleeing. Not all of them, but some of them kind of like get rally, and they kind of like follow your lead. Once you kind of like go ahead and kind of charge to them, and this is a free action, so go ahead.
And then I'm going to just shoot at them, right?
Okay. So that will be a plus 20 for the magnitude of the horde, and then what's the name?
He can't do a burst or anything because he's moved.
Okay, you already moved. Okay,
It's
so then
literally just a single shot.
yeah.
But it's at +20.
Ugh, I'm so bad.
You fire, but you don't manage to like really get them down.
Well, at least I rallied some people.
As this happening, from the one of these bushes, you know, like come out like a human. It's still a human, but he's perhaps like 2 meters tall, really musculous guy, with like, you know, like really strong guy. And he kind of get up onto the grave, and he kind of like starts to speak in like a weird language. He's like, "Oh, ni diabla huit space marines ni como fomik strek," and he kind of like taunting you guys as this happening.
As soon as I see him, I'm just going to say over the comms, Guthrum, I think that one's for you.
The horde is gonna attack Yaron here. They're not that good. I know. I guess
Thank the Emperor.
well, so they kind of miss. Go ahead, Guthrum.
Yep. I'm gonna do a charge against that rebel. The rebel elite that's just came out talking shit. +10 for charge. That's a hit. And I forgot to add the extra 1d5 points of damage before, so I'm not forgetting this time. $20 points of damage, pen 3.
Where is the hit?
The hit is a 63, so that's a 36. That's going to be his right arm, I believe.
His right arm.
No, that's body. 36 is body.
Body? Okay.
Yep, 31 to 70 is body.
4. So that's 4. 20 minus 4 is 60. You give him like a really bad shot to his body, like and he don't have any armor to his body, so he like, you know, I guess like you scar all his chest, you know, he's putting blood, you know, he's like coughing blood. He's still talking shit, but he kind of like dwindle a little bit, you know, he
Yeah.
kind of like Okay, go ahead.
Before you die, know that it was the Emperor himself that sent me for you.
Cool. Ysengrimus?
Let's see. And this rebel elite is still active.
Which one? This one?
The rebel elite.
Yes, but barely.
But barely. So.
There's a leader to the north.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how I can get there. Now it says if I take a half action, then the distance I can move is is it a full move and then double full move if I take a full action? Or is my half move?
Your half move is a half action. Your full move is a full round movement.
Okay.
However, if you decide to run, that is also a full run movement, and it provides bonuses against people trying to shoot at you. It gives them a negative,
Right.
or it gives them a positive if they try to melee you. You know,
Right.
if they like try to stick out a stick in front of your movement, you're going to hit the stick. If they're trying to shoot you, it's harder.
Yeah,
So,
the thing I'm trying to balance is like I mean I can get close to rebel leader, but not close enough that I can attack at the same time.
My first turn was spent doing nothing but running.
Yeah.
You got to run to get into position sometimes.
Yeah. Shoot. Oh. But then the thing is, see, the thing I'm trying to balance is like I can run to sort of get towards that other rebel leader, but then those hordes are there, and my understanding is that would be a mistake, as I'm mostly melee.
Remember, you can always drop a frag at your feet.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do a run. I'm gonna do a run for 30 feet. And I'm running towards
30 meters.
30 meters, yeah. And I'm headed towards that rebel leader. And I think that's all I can do, yeah?
Yep, full round action. But now next round, you can charge him.
Right.
So the rebel elite, he kind of like bring out like his power axe or something like that and try to cliff you, Guthrum.
I'll dodge if he hits.
Yes, he hits.
No, he didn't.
Woo! Really close. You know, talented. You just move to the, you know, like in the last second, you kind of like move to the side of the weapon, and you know he misses you. Jaron, your turn.
So I'm gonna, as Ysengrimus kind of sprints past me, I'm just gonna say to him, "Good luck. I'm behind you." And as much, would you say that in front of me, this horde of two people, these two hordes, are they about an equal match now for the PDF forces that we're with, or is there still more of the horde than the PDF?
They're shooting each other, but you know, like the PDF troops around are kind of like concentrating on some other units, and they do take some damage, but it's not that effective like you would expect.
Okay, I'm gonna move a little bit to cover Ysengrimus just in case he needs me, because I don't want to leave him out on his own.
Yeah.
So let me have a look. Yeah, I'm gonna move about there, and then I am gonna keep firing though on these this horde so that we can thin them out. But just make sure that I'm protecting him.
Yep, go ahead. So plus 20. And yeah.
Weapon
So your weapon kind of like jam in the middle of the combat.
You can use a fate point to negate that.
So yeah, how do I know how many fate points I have?
You rolled it in the beginning of character creation.
You have second should be No? Just
I
a
have
second.
how many? Sorry. Where do I find
It's
it?
on the
It's on
first tab.
it's tab
underneath.
1. Yeah, right under your abilities, next to experience.
Fate point. I don't remember. I think
I
you
never
roll kind
got.
of like high. No? We
Oh,
didn't
oh,
roll
was
fate
it
point?
1d10?
Roll me
Yeah, it's
1d10, yeah.
Oh yeah, I rolled a 10. I rolled a 10.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
5.
Then you got five.
Okay, cool. I'll use a fate point then.
Yep. Go ahead.
And so I can just re-roll now?
Yeah.
Yep. You
Sweet.
can only use 1 fate point per turn, though. So
That's better.
Yeah. That we see 1 hit, 2 hits.
3 of my cats are going back and forth from room to room together.
You kill a couple of more, like 2, 3 more of them. They're still they're like a very, it seems a very tough horde because that they have no break yet. They turn fire against you. They give you back the courtesy, shooting at them.
Lovely.
remember, you can dodge. Apparently, they missed.
That's what I like to see.
Yeah, they're really bad.
I just laugh at them and just ask if this is all that they've got.
Okay. Tram, your turn.
Go back from whence you came, devil. And that's doing a swift attack. Alright, that's 1 hit. Righteous
Yeah.
Fury.
Yeah. Well,
The Righteous Fury hits. 28 damage, pen 3.
well, yeah. Once again, you can describe how this guy drops down.
Well, I came in with the charge and I got him just underneath the ribs. And as he came at me with his axe, I leaned back, removing my chainsword from his innards, for lack of a better term. As I leaned back, it barely scraped across my faceplate as I spin around with the direction of that and come in, and I sever his right leg.
Okay. Yeah.
Covering myself in the gore of the elite rebel.
One more
The
down.
Wilhelm scream.
Exactly as you bring him down, you see Guthram. Do me a perception check. Plus 10, I think.
Is it for sight or for hearing?
Sight.
Okay. That's at a plus 20 because the helmet gives me plus 10 and I get a plus 10 from heightened senses.
And plus another 10. So
Oh, so
that's
it's gonna be
total
plus
of 30. Yeah.
So it's pretty easy to see then.
Yes. As you do that, you see a couple of what it seems like a group of rebels with like heavy stubber taking up positions up. They kind of like go up and take a position in there, and they are preparing to fire the heavy stubber
Okay.
on the initiative.
And they're on the upper section of that building?
Yes, so that's the second floor.
Okay.
you can actually see that the bottom of the tower is kind of like cracked. It's like a very old building. It's not in the best condition. The building is not in the best condition. So it's kind of like it's kind of fragile building. I leave it as that.
Yep.
Yes. It's rebels in here. Attack.
You can attempt to dodge. Remember that.
I just
Okay.
declare it and roll it?
Yep. Yep. Because they hit you with one, so then you just roll your dodge.
And is there any? It's just straight, no modifier.
It's just a straight, no mods.
Nope. So 22. That's 21 damage to your 22, which I think some of. No. Yeah, your left arm.
22 is left arm.
22 to your left arm.
Okay, and then minus. Is there penetration on that?
No, 0 penetrations.
Okay, so then I subtract the 16 from that.
Which means
So,
6.
6.
wounds. Yep.
Okie doke.
There we go. It's your turn.
Now, just a point of order. Charge is a full action, but do I get a melee attack combined with that?
Yes.
Or...
Yes. You
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so I'm going to charge the
And you get
rebel
a plus
leader.
10 you get a plus 10 for charging too.
Okay, so I'm gonna charge straight into that rebel leader with my sword. It's chainsword, and try that.
Okay. I'm gonna let you role play here. If you give me like a really cool, like an image and like a battle cry, I give you another plus 10.
Well, I mean he's definitely running, and so he's gonna he's running straight at him. I assume some sort of vampiric eye. The Blood Angels are like sort of vampires. His a dark Omega squad equipment looking vaguely like a cape flowing out. He looks just horrendous, and the chain sword in a huge big giant swing around his head, almost like a lasso. I'm coming for you.
Okay, you got a plus 10 there.
Chain sword.
So that would be a total of plus 20. Oh.
Oh no.
You wanna fake that or?
Yeah, let's fate point that.
That was a 99.
Does it get much worse?
Does it affect it?
Drop your chain sword.
Yeah. Just if I am I supposed to put the plus in there with the modifier or not?
No, you just type in.
No.
You just type
Oh,
in.
so I've been adding the
just-
plus symbol. Okay, so we'll try it again.
Okay. Yeah. So if you do that, that kind of like screw the macro. So.
Attempt to.
It's a syntax error.
Well, then I've been screwing up my rolls. That's better.
Let's see. Wow, that's hard hit. 73.
Right leg.
Right leg. 8 minus 23. How much is that?
15.
So you got this guy down. You chop his leg. You chop his leg. So once you chop his leg, he like falls down immediately. You know. He's still alive, but he's not standing. He's screaming on pain, like horrible pain.
This is as it should be.
The heavy weapons kind of like see you, Guthrum, that you're really close to them. They turn around, aim their machine gun, and they're gonna fire
I will attempt to dodge.
full auto.
That sounds like it was a hit.
Yeah, that does not sound good.
Yes. So yeah. So it's a bunch of hits, but I don't think all of them's getting. And they start arm here. Get the hit locations. So the first one hits your arm for a total of 15 penetrations 3.
Which arm? Left or right?
11.
11. Alright, so that's right arm.
Right arm.
And 3, so that would knock that down by 3, so 12. And how much damage?
15 penetration 3.
Okay, so I took 3.
The second one hits your arm for 10 damage penetration 3.
I take none.
The third do 16 damage penetration 3 to your body.
For 16 damage. Alright,
Yeah.
so I took 2.
The first do 18 damage penetration 3 to your head.
I take 5.
Fifth, 17 penetration 3 to your body.
I take
Oh no,
3.
wait, sorry. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Sorry, discard the last one. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, so that 17 pen 3 didn't happen. Alright.
No, that didn't happen.
Okay. Because I didn't successfully dodge, so I'm just give it to me. He hit me with everything.
Yeah,
He
but
unloaded
he
and I took every fucking shell.
it was hard, but you know, he didn't do that much degrees, so it's those degrees that actually hit.
Alright.
Thank you then for power armor.
Gerard, your turn.
So I see Ysengrimus just going to town on that rebel leader, but also he's really close to a lot of rebels that are going to unload on him at point blank range. So I want to provide him with a little bit of support and also maybe draw a little bit of fire. So I'm going to throw a frag grenade just into the center of those hordes of rebels over there near Ysengrimus.
Mwahaha.
Go ahead, do the throw first. So once again, go to weapons, click on weapons, and then you get all these buttons in the...
Hit.
Holy fuck.
That's insane. And
You
then
hit the
frag.
target. Yeah, just frag him once. Oh shit! And that would be like a righteous fury
That's a
for
righteous
that.
fury, yeah.
Do me a ballistic skills roll, please.
Okay, 1 second.
Plus 30. Yes, and you pass that one
So
too.
roll a d10.
So, yeah.
Jesus.
Roll another ballistic skill
Nice.
test. Also at a plus 30.
Good
Roll
grief.
another d10.
Okay.
So 35 damage.
Jaren came to play.
In a
Yeah.
4-meter circle from here.
Oh.
It does touch, but he can attempt to dodge if he hasn't dodged already.
Okay. Ysengrimus, do me a dodge. Because you shoot at the middle of the target, I guess,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. My.
Oh no,
my
it doesn't touch. Never mind. Doesn't touch. Because I wasn't quite at the middle.
Thank God.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So, Ysengrimus,
It's-
you
it
like kind of
must-
like, like...
Mussing
go
my
ahead.
hair a bit. I'm
yeah,
just
you
getting.
get like
I'm just getting the hero shot with my. Well, the hair underneath my helmet is mussed a little.
You get kind of like a piece of like a finger, something like hits your
Blanc.
power armor, like.
You're covered in dirt and blood now.
Yeah. This is as it
And
should
you
be.
did like a bunch of damage to the horde, so they're gonna do a willpower check because that was a.
He chucked the holy grenade.
Yeah. And he counted to 3, not 4, not 2.
They used to hold, but you did 8 points of damage to the horde, so that was a big chunk.
Wait. I just shout to Ysengrimus, I'm with you, brother, don't worry.
Excellent. Mighty blow, mighty blow.
Yeah, that was like a big explosion. That was a, like a lot of people died there.
That's like every time that I play a Devastator Marine. I play another Deathwatch game as of yesterday. I play on Saturdays, and I play a Devastator Marine who's a Iron Hand. And every time I squeeze the trigger, I get a Righteous Fury.
Jeez.
That horde is
Dude.
still missing you.
Yeah, I'm just untouchable. I get shot in the face once, and then Jaron's just on it now.
It's like they can't see through the dirt and the blood.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not sure if there's any rules for what I want to do right now.
Yeah,
But
let's go.
I want to jetpack charge through this corner of the wall. Okay?
Aha.
Toss a crack grenade into this corner of the wall.
Okay. If you pass your pilot test, I will allow that. There we go. And do me the throw though.
It's a 5-meter toss.
I will
Which,
give you a. I will give you a plus. I will give you a plus 20 because it's kind of like obvious. But still. So if you go to weapons and you will see the
I got
grenades.
it. I got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
1 degree of success.
Mm.
16 damage, pen 6 to the wall.
Yes. Do me an agility roll, please. You know the building start to like. Do you want to fake that, or
Yeah.
should I go ahead?
Yeah, I'm gonna fake that.
Okay. The building, you know, once you throw the crack grenade, it kind of like implodes. It's gonna.
Yeah, the point
It
is
was a
that
crack.
all of this is gonna go this way.
So you know you throw a crack at it. It kind of like implodes, and the building, you know, like kind of like down of the building, like starts to crumble, and the whole building kind of like, you know, like starts to crash down. You know, like it falls.
Exactly what I wanted.
It falls down, you know, and the rebel hordes that like, oh my god, you know, like what the fuck, and you know, like poof, you know, like they fall, you know, like all around, you know, like, and they get like smashed. You manage to find the balance, so you do survive. Yeah, exactly. So they're also dead.
I just sidestepped right out of that.
Nope. Don't want any part of that.
No, I did want to be a part of it. That was the whole point. I'm gonna fly into this fucking building and toss one grenade and take out a horde.
This horde kind of like pile up on you, Ysengrimus.
Okay.
And let's see. Yeah, they try to like hit you, but it's like with sticks and, you know, like pointy things, but not enough. They kind of like scratching your armor pretty much at this moment. So you're losing some painting on your armor. That's all.
Hey, I just got that painted.
Go ahead.
So I'm assuming I should just drop a frag grenade right at my feet at this point.
Oh, that's amazing. I didn't even think of that. That's sweet.
Yeah, well, I'm learning from Guthrum. So let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah, you don't have to throw or nothing. I mean,
So just roll
throw me a
damage?
1d100.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just throw me a 1d100. I just want to see something. Okay, and now roll for damage, just fast. Yeah. So the rebel leader, you know, you want to describe how the rebel leader died?
Yeah, I mean he was like, I had hooked his leg with the chain sword, and you know, almost like I had been swinging it around my head like a lasso, and then I hooked his leg with it and just took him to the ground. And then in my other hand, I had a frag grenade that I just like slammed right down in right where he fell, and he just like.
Oh, we lost you, buddy. We lost you. In your other hand, you had a frag
sorry,
grenade.
sorry, getting too excited, So I had the frag grenade in the other hand, and I just slammed it down like a touchdown, and blew his like the whole side of his body off.
Okay, and you only not blow him, you actually blow a couple of his comrades to they.
Yeah, the pieces of his body then fly off and like shrapnel or just fly into the rebels.
You got an attack of opportunity, cause this horde is fleeing right now.
So yeah, I guess the swinging chainsword. Let's do it. And I'm modified plus 20 because it's a horde. Is that right?
No, plus 10.
10 now.
Only plus 10 right now. So for every you know like level of horde magnitude,
Got it.
you get
Got
a
it.
plus 10. Yeah. You know like I see you like kind of like swinging them, you know, and they're like kind of like jumping around like very shaky, and they're like, oh no, you know, like a small rats, you know, like trying to flee, you know, like
Right.
so they managed to run away, you know. Let's see how.
Too much twirling of doom.
Now they're like trying to jump the wall, you know, like trying to flee from. You got the horde. On your turn.
So I'm going to, obviously I can see the rebels in front of me. I'm going to just shout at the captain. Captain, if you don't get your men on their feet and moving forward, I will send you to a penal legion. And as I say that, I'm just going to throw a grenade at the rebels in front of me.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, there we go. Just frag it once. Oh, roll for
God.
Righteous Fury. How many holy hand grenades do you have?
Enough.
so you pass 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they are fleeing. A couple of the soldiers, perhaps like 3 or 4 of them, that just running away. And as they run away, they get massacred by the captain's soldiers. They get shot as they flee away. The only group that you see that is still fighting is a couple of rebels up here.
Yep, I see them. Top left. And it's my turn.
As they shoot the guys that are fleeing, I just say, better, now charge. and pray that they don't make me look like an idiot. And that is
Alright,
if
so-
Guthrum leaves any for us, because I think he'll kill them all.
Can I throw a bundle of grenades at one time?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to throw 2 at once. Basically, you know, pulling the pin, looping them together, and throwing.
How many are you throwing?
2 total.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
I can throw them as a package deal.
Yeah. Frag it again.
Nice.
But those weren't attack rolls, and I was trying to do the attack roll. So I gotta do the throw first.
Okay. Oh, you hit target.
I hit target. That's all that matters. Barely, but I hit target.
So that would be. Do me a roll for the Righteous Fury there.
Yep.
Yeah, you passed it.
Yep.
So that will be a total of wow, very big hit to the horde damage. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage. Do me a yeah, do me a ballistics roll, please.
Same bonus.
Yeah. You do. 14 damage to the whole magnitude. That's a lot of damage. You pretty much take like half of the squad with one grenade blow. Let me see. Leon.
So let me just get this straight. I rocket myself through a building, toss a crack, then as I land, slide out of the building as it falls down. I look up. Oh, another horde.
And you throw a grenade, and they kind of like flee away. It's so much damage, it's so much carnage that they break. You know, they break in no time.
I'm gonna scream at them. Don't you ever revolt against the Emperor again!
Being dead
there
will
we
cure
go.
you of that.
There we go. Do me a perception check again, Guthrum.
Any other bonuses other than my heightened senses and helmet?
No. Well, yeah, no, it's enough. Yeah, you roll a 98.
If I had another plus 40, I would have made it.
If I had plus 20, I would have rolled a natural 20. Or wait.
The Emperor said I'm awesome enough right now.
And gall darn it, the Emperor likes you.
The combat is almost done. You see a couple of vehicles driving down the road. What it seems like months. And by the time you spot them, they're kind of like dropping down from the cars. A couple of hordes here.
Over Vox, I'm going to say incoming front gate.
Contact north, close in.
Ysengrimus, do you have any more grenades?
Hold on. I know I have crack grenades. Let me check.
Well, those are vehicles.
I have at least one frag grenade and 3 crack grenades.
One of the hordes, the ones in front of, most forward of them, these ones over here, they are surrounded with, like, you can see that they got like explosive, they got like suicide vests.
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
How far can I throw? Is it still Guttrum's turn or is it mine?
It's your turn.
How far can I throw that 5 kilos of explosives? Can I throw that right in the middle of them?
That is a great idea.
That's a lot of strength, so 34 meters. But you got, you do got something called Fist of Strength.
Right.
I would say if you use Fist of Strength, I think that what that does is double your unnatural, right? Or let me check what that exactly is.
Yeah, find out what Fist of Strength is, because I've never heard of that.
Feet of Strength.
Guys, I'm just going to get another drink. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem. So Feat of Strength, what it do is that once per day of game time, a battle brother may perform a feat of strength. This ability effectively increases unnatural strength trait by 1 level. So for instance, unnatural strength 2 will become a 3, which means
What's your strength bonus, Eisen?
Strength is 44, so that's 4.
So that'd be a 12 times 3 is 36 meters throwing range.
And that's right on. It's exactly on.
I will do. I will let you do a throw, a roll.
Okay.
About modifiers, I will only give you a +10.
The question is, what's the blast radius of that explosive?
It is big, but so I will minimal like 10 meters. But I would say the throwing distance that you can fail or not, it will be also like maybe 15, just to make it. Oh, you hit target. We'll see. Roll me like a 4. Let me see. Wait 1 second. Roll me 4d10 plus 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Do you want to describe the scene?
So I from where I'm at, I fling the 5 kilos of explosive primed to shoot to go off. I throw it in the middle, and I think like what happens is each group of horde, they embed. So like the top ones at the north, their bodies, bits of their bones and things, just sort of shrapnel into that vehicle. And then the other rebels shrapnel into that vehicle. And then the rebels at the bottom just sort of become a cloud of red mist across the rest of that graveyard.
Considering they're covered in explosives, yeah, they would turn.
Oh, yeah, those guys have suicide. So there should be... So not only do...
There's literally nothing left.
Yeah, so the suicide bombers, they also, as a secondary explosive, goes off, and they basically dig their own graves.
Yeah.
Nice 6-foot holes in the ground where their bodies, when they are found and scraped together from the molecules that are left, and that'll be where they buried. It's like a scene from the Lethal Weapon movie.
Yes.
Oh shit. Oh. So it's gone. It's gone. Everything in there is fucking gone. You know, it's now it's all of that is one of those big craters.
Excellent. Let that be a lesson. Always search the boxes.
Okay, point proven. As that explodes, I'm just gonna quietly kind of nod to myself as if to say, "Okay, this guy is an asset." Like, that was pretty good.
I'm still knocking the dust off my shoulders.
Yeah, really.
So the combat kind of like pretty much died. The rest of the kind of like starts to flee away. The majority
That's the only thing left alive to run away.
Yeah, there were the ones that were there was one little bit running east, and then I think there was a little bit running west. So they will live to tell the tale.
If you see the black and white marine or the red
just
and black marine,
drop trow,
go away.
drop trow, assume position, and run. Not necessarily in that order.
So as you guys clear that, you hear the soldiers, the soldiers are still alive. They kind of like chant, and they're like, "Oh, Space Marines! Thanks for saving us!" They screaming really loud and hailing victories, and they're giving like hugs and like they're very happy. That because that position was like pretty much getting overrun by the time you guys were getting there.
Yeah, they were in a world of hurt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to the commander, the Captain Acosti.
Yes.
Give me access to your communication array immediately.
He tells you yes, of course, but what would you need it for?
That's above your pay grade, Captain.
He kind of like tells you, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I don't think so. He kind of says.
I cut him in half.
Like he could stop us.
I cut him in half. Space Marines have the right to destroy any PDF or Imperial Guardsmen that are assumed to be heretical, and they're ignoring their due diligence to provide access to what we require for our mission.
As he goes to cut him in half, I don't know if this is in the rules. Maybe you can help me out. If I see that you're about to draw him and kill him,
I'm still carrying my bloody chainsword. All I got to do is lift up and lift down. So yeah.
Is there any way that I can reach out to try to stop you, or is that just that just happens?
I mean, for roleplay purposes, you could reach out and try to stop me and try to talk to me before I swing. But
yeah, I'm just gonna. I don't know what you'll do, but as I see you kind of go for it, I'm just gonna say, please, brother, a moment.
I'm assuming this is Jaren, because I don't see
Yeah, sorry, this is Jaren.
Get your dog in line, Wolf. As I'm pointing my chainsword at the captain.
I walk over to the captain and I say, listen, Captain, we don't have to explain ourselves to you, but let me just be very clear. If you don't do as he says, he will kill you. So I'm going to ask you nicely, please, will you give us access to your communications array?
He turns to you and he tells us, yeah, of course. It's not that I'm going to impede you to do that, but I know more things that you perhaps know. He kind of says. And he says, bear with me, please. Follow me for just a moment, please.
You fill us in with whatever intel you have. We need to find out the location of our Captain. I'm sorry, I forgot to write it down. Is it the Inquisitor? Whomever it was that we were trying to meet. Calistrati.
Yeah, Inquisitor Calistrati.
If you know the location of Inquisitor Calistrati, we need to get in contact immediately.
And he tells you, please follow me, please, inside the chapter, please. He kind of beg you, and he kind of starts to walk inside the chapel.
I just look at Gushram and just say, brother, I appreciate that he is being very disrespectful, but he's just a human. They have their failings, unlike us.
You are correct. And he needs to learn his rank.
Believe me, once we have what we need from him, he will know. He'll know.
He failed to maintain order amongst his troops, and if it wasn't for us, everyone here would be dead.
And he will have to live with that. And either improve or die.
Well said.
As you guys get in, the chapel, time kind of like he's just a couple of meters in front of you. You see like this kind of like purple mist going around him, and you see in front of you this person like transform like really fast.
Heresy!
What the...
And what is this? See?
A woman voice kind of like turns to you guys, and she turns to you and she tells you like, excuse me, space. You know, I didn't mean to be. But this is like a woman voice. She explained you that. Let's see, 1 second, guys.
As soon as the transformation happens, I just look at Guthrum and I kind of just sigh to myself, but I'm just like, please don't kill them just yet. Just please wait.
Let's figure out what's going on.
She says, "My lord, blessed be the emperor. You are not too late. It seems my mistress' fate in the Omega Guard was well placed. Would that she were here to greet you herself." And what you guys see is like clearly she's a member of the Calidius Assassin Temple. So she's like a assassin of the Imperium of Men. They are like shape-shifting killers, and they're like tools, like acolytes of the Inquisitions. You know, you can definitely see she's an acolyte of the Inquisition.
Plot twist.
She tells you that she had to like become this captain to try to keep some order because the men were broken up. She tells you, "My name is Calistrada. At least that is what. No, my name is Sindala. At least that is what Calistradi called me. Other than this, I would not waste words with pleasantry or formalities. For the city is about to fall." She turns to you and she tells you like, I am one of the what's the name, Calistradi's acolytes. And she kind of like give you a bow. Do me lore Imperium lore check. Plus 20.
I'm guessing that's just D100, right? Oh no.
No, there's a skill.
No. Common lore Imperium.
I do not have that skill.
You do have
plus
that
what?
skill, or at least you should. Unless you didn't.
Yeah, it's not in basic skills. You have to go to your character sheet.
What modifier? Plus what?
Plus 20.
20.
I got it.
So, yeah, you guys know that the Calidius Temple is an order of female assassins of the Officio Assassinorum, which is the Imperium of Men, the special unit, secretive agency of, assassins. So they are highly valuable. She turns to Guthrum and she tell like, no disrespect, but you immediately, Guthram, you understand that this is actually
Oh yeah. Like I said, I'm relaxing because I realize she's official. She's doing her duty. I don't care anymore. If it was just some PDF fucking bullshit National Guard captain trying to tell me no, I'm sorry, chainsword chest.
She also turns to you, Yaron, and she kind of like bows to you, and she kind of like thank you for her life, more or less. She don't really say that with words, but you know, she imply it. You know,
Yeah.
like
I just kind of nod at her and just, you know, we don't talk about it, but we know that I saved a life, kind of thing.
yeah. She tells you that. She tells you that she's very sad that her lord Calistrati, who is the Inquisitor, cannot greet you because she disappeared in the. You guys are right now in. Let me show you the map. I hope you like my pretty map. And you guys are here right now. That's where you land. And she explained you that that the last time she met the Inquisitor Calistrati, it was in the Fabrica district. She was investigating the roots of the uprising. But since this, both the Fabrica and the Calistria district has been falling in the enemies. So she assumed, or she thinks that probably her Inquisitor, even if she's very competent, is probably dead, because she don't be hearing about her perhaps for the last 2 weeks. She don't be hearing anything about. She also described you that they have to blow the bridge because the district was getting attacked by both from the Calistria and the Fabrica district, so they have to blow the bridge to that place. So she's kind of like giving you the information of what's happening in the place, and she told you that the governor of the city, you guys are in Turnshold. That's the capital, the city capital. She kind of tells you that he locked himself in the Magistra district with all the nobles and the rich people, and took a big part of the PDF, and they're locked in there. And she tells you that at this moment, there is 3 places that are calling for reinforcements in this Portica district. Both the Lord's Home PDF base, the Avalos spaceport, and the Imperial stores are under siege by rebels. She said.
And that's the 3 red dots that are on this Portica district, yes?
Yes. And she kind of like...
unit over to the spaceport. We'll go down to the Lordsham PDF base. Once both have been successful, then we'll converge on the Imperial stores.
Okay.
Leave them nowhere to run.
We're already starting to kibitz, but let's let her finish her briefing, and then I think we're all on the same page about that. And then, but let's finish and see if there's any additional info.
She told you that somehow communications out of space have been limited. She don't know. She been trying to like contact. They have like a big parabola in the spaceport, but something seems affecting it because they don't be having any communication out of space, so they kind of like in silence. Nobody else since 2 weeks ago have been getting. They don't been receiving information out of the planet or inside the planet. The information is kind of like fucked up. She do tell you that the population and the troops remaining are very badly demoralized. They only exist within a few isolated parts of the city, like this one. And she's hoping that you guys somehow can send a message through the worst astropath, which is living in the Magistra district. And ask for reinforcements. But she tells you that that's not even enough, because even if aid is on the way, she thinks that Lord's Home, which is the name of the city, will fall before dawn. The only way to probably to stop this is that if you can find the ringleader of the what's the name of the rebellion and try to kill him, and hopefully get some PDF troops in order to try not to so the city don't collapse.
First off, we are your reinforcements. By the time anyone else shows up, it'll all be over. Secondly, killing the leader of a rebellion never stops rebellion. It only insinuates them more.
Yep, she do told you that it's weird because most of the population, they turn on each other. So she's telling you that the rebellion came out from nowhere, and a lot of people, normal people, what it seems like normal people, they started to rebel. They got this red eyes zombie-like thingy, and they started to come out with foam from the mouth. So she don't really know what happened. But she believe is some heresy or something involved in
Apothecary. Do me a favor, check the DNA of the beast that I destroyed.
Yeah, let's do that. The other thing that I want to do is I want to ask our librarian if the it seemed like he was affected by something when we landed. Let's try to ask if did you feel something? Is there some influence that these people are under? Did you sense that?
She tells you that she herself not, but it was a psyker with her, what part of the retinue of the what's the name of Calistradis retinue. And he had when the rebellion started, he had a really painful headaches. But she don't know. She herself is not affected by it.
Okay, so we've got some psyker thing is affecting these people. Should I roll something to do a genetic test on the that elite?
Yeah, do me a Medicaid test, plus 30. And you can also do a perception check, any of you, to the what's the name? To the elite. When you start to examine the elite, you actually find chaos marks tattooed on his back and sides. Really big, tattoo marks.
Starting to feel a little hatred.
Twitch. I should note that if he's a heretic, I should have been getting a plus 10 on my attack rolls.
Okay, yeah, you should probably do that. Sorry. Let's see. Do you guys? Let's see. Do me an intelligence roll too.
Everyone?
Yeah, anybody. Okay, you pass it. So Ysengrimus, you actually go and check a little bit the other people, the other rebels and stuff like that, and you notice that those they didn't have what's the name? They don't have any chaos marks.
But Just to
they
try
live-
and remember,
they
they still had the red eyes and zombie-ish stuff, right?
Yeah.
So they were clearly under some influence, but the rebel elite appears to be sort of an acolyte of something, or an actual insider.
Yeah. She also tells you that she believes that the rebellion is kind of getting they got some interference of communication, and they believe that the rebellion is getting not supported by the what's the name. Somebody's making the rebellion work from the Calistia district.
Okay.
And she also tells you that all the adeptas in the city have seemed to fall, but she thinks probably the Lord Governor is the only body like with the right what's the name. Yeah, he's the only person in really command in this place, So yeah, and I'm gonna show you guys this. We go.
Wow, cool.
Okay.
I don't know if all of you see it, but
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
And these are ones that Cinderella is suggesting are is this in order of things that
you got primary, secondary, and tertiary.
Yeah. So I'm just
tertiary.
making sure that these are the order in which we're being suggested to.
Tertiary is the bottom of the barrel. We
Yeah.
don't have to, but we probably should.
Yeah.
Secondary is we really, it would really help out, and then primary is mandatory.
Yeah.
And we get bonus XP for every tertiary and secondary objective we complete.
I guess
Yes.
it's that wasn't really my question so much as does Cinderella actually have authority to assign ranks of this?
I don't think she can't order us. She's basically saying that this is what she believes should be our course of action.
Right. So this is intelligence that we're being given, and then we should decide, or our tactical marine, I guess, should decide which ones are actually. We're not being ordered to do this. We're being given this information, and we need to just sort of, check it ourselves, make sure we're tracking it, that we agree that this is the way to go.
Yeah, if all three of us say, actually, that's great, but we're not doing any of that, we're going to go and just murder everyone in the city, we can do that.
Right. Okay. Okay, just checking. Just checking.
You guys can go murder hobos anytime, but there will be consequences.
Well, sadly, I do have to go. It has been a great session. I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait till next week.
Okay.
Week after next, yeah? Are we every week, or?
This is bi-weekly. My bad.
Yeah.
So week
So
after next.
in a fortnight.
Let's see. Wait. Well, let's see. Let's see next week. I think I could probably do next week, actually. Yeah.
I am 99% certain I can make next week, but I'm moving house on Friday, so I don't know if I'll have internet, which is why bi-weekly was good for me at the time. But as we get closer to the day, I can let you know my internet situation.
Okay.
If
So
you can't make it, then we move it back. No problem.
So let's see if you guys can do it, we do it next week. Otherwise, we move it like normal, bi-weekly.
Okay, well, let's check in, and we also have a librarian to possibly check in and see what happened, and if we're gonna get that person back.
I think I'm gonna try to find a replacement because he lives in New Zealand, so really far away. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, well, let's
Yeah.
just keep in contact and figure stuff out. And obviously, we
I
have.
hope you guys have fun at least.
Yeah.
No, I actually really enjoyed it. So thank you very much,
That was
guys.
cool.
I've been wanting to play this game for a long time, so I appreciate you guys playing with me.
Also, I just want to point out I do not make a point of trying to rule over people or make command or take command at all. So if I'm coming off that way, just let me know. I'll try to dial it back.
No, it's okay.
That's
We'll
your
work it
character,
out.
man. Your character's a
Well, it's also me. It's
Yeah,
also
yeah.
me because I'm a military veteran. Like I do tactics. That's what I do.
Okay, cool.
Okay, well, awesome. I'm
so
gonna switch
you
out.
guys got,
Go ahead.
okay,
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You guys get the 300 experience points.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
For this session. Yeah, let's see one more. And actually, yes, I'm gonna do this. I gonna do it now, and let's see if it's something that we're gonna keep doing. But I want you guys to, you guys can give 25 experience points to somebody. So if with, it's because role playing or because you think that something is funny, you can also give it to yourself. So we start with Guthrum, who you give 25 experience points.
You mean give up 25 XP from my 300?
No,
No, it's just a
this is
bonus.
extra.
Okay, so it's just an extra 25 XP to somebody. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I
And
would say,
a little bit motivation why.
yeah, I would say Mr. Holy Grenade did a pretty good job at trying to play the fellowship-based Space Wolf, trying to command people, although his attempt to intimidate them to work first may have backtracked and hurt his task, but he has been able to keep everyone that Guthrum's threatened alive.
Which is a big win, a big win right there, guys.
Yeah, so if I was to give it to anyone, I would say him or myself, but I'm not trying to be greedy.
Yeah. Well, on my part, I'm gonna go ahead and say Guthrum for the stylistic architectural redesign technique that you should get 25 for that.
Perfect. Because I was very torn between the Guthrum architectural damage or just the most actual map-altering explosion that happened. So since we've all got one, I'm going to go and say that the explosion at the gate wins out and Ysengrimus gets 25.
Nice.
Okay, there we go. We can end the game here. And if you guys wanna hang out a little bit after chat, we can do that too. But
Awesome.
the game as today is over.
Okay, I'm gonna switch out and then I'll close down the stream and then I'll drop into chat again just to say so long and stuff.
Okay, cool. So Yaron, you have fun, I hope.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
there we go.
I-
That was my first ever session of Warhammer 40k roleplay. I think it went pretty well. I had some stuff that I wasn't quite sure of, and it came out, and we did some really fun stuff, and I think we started to really roleplay, which was one of the things, like, is it just going to be combat, or have some roleplay elements, and so I think we're really getting pretty good at getting a good picture of how that's going to work out. This was planned to be fortnightly, but it sounds like we might play next week. So I'll keep an event update on Twitch and all that sort of stuff. My streaming week is over. I'll be back on Wednesday around noon Pacific time, and then we'll start up a whole new week then. So thanks for stopping by and thanks for watching. Hope to see you next week for this, and hope to see you for my other gameplay and stuff like that as they unfold. So anyhow, thanks for watching. I'll see you later.